My name is PaulKasztl, and I was born in Vienna, Austria in 1928. In 1938, Hitler occupied Austria, and in 1939, March of 39, we left for Shanghai, China. We were put up in a refugee camp with all the rest of the people that came before, during, and after. We lived in the camp for approximately 2 years. My father first opened a small delicatessen and restaurant, and he bought a house. The community established themselves in different ways. Shops opened up, people began to work. Gentleman, like any other customer, walked into the restaurant, introduced himself to my father as Mr. Brown. And from then on, the man came every Monday, every Thursday, at exactly the same time, 11:15, ate and left. One day, he came into the restaurant, but not through the front door, but through the back door in a Buddhist robe. One day, when he said to my father, "I will not be coming here on Thursday," that he is invited to the German embassy. My mother pleaded with him not to go, but he said he had to go. He didn't come to us on Thursday. He didn't come to us on the following Monday. He sent a messenger to my father if he could possibly see him on the other side of town, which was very hard to do. My father did it, but hard to do because he would have had to get the permission to leave the ghetto. When all of this was arranged, my father saw him, and my father saw a dying man, spoke with him, and left. All of a sudden, I heard people, they usually went in twos, beating the drum. And that usually happened when a prominent person died. And so, who was that man? He introduced himself as Brown to my father originally. Actually, his name was Abbot Chow Kong, and he was in the upper echelon of the Buddhist hierarchy. He was born Jewish. In his later years, converted to Protestantism. He spied for the British as well as for the Austrian, Hungarian monarchy during World War I. He fled England to India and Tibet, where he became a Buddhist. At that time, in 1943, there was the rumor going around that we are going to be moved from the established ghetto across the river to Putung. Supposedly, gas chambers were built there, but I have no way of proving it. I never went to Pudong after the war to check it out. The Germans stationed in Shanghai, who wanted to organize the whole transfer and get the approval of the Japanese authorities at that time, but they said that they could not do this without the permission from Tokyo. The story continues that Abu Chao Kung wrote a letter to the emperor not to give the permission. And consequently, his death was connected to this. Shortly thereafter, there was a German Gestapo man by the name of Meisner. He came and he left shortly thereafter. We stayed in the ghetto. We were never transferred. I think this is the story of the Jews' survival in Shanghai.